Yeah, understood. I mean, you did a beautiful job of showing the relationship and accountability factor of, police and black men. And, this film was probably already in the works when George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor tragedies were occurring. But what specific incident drove you to the point of creating this masterpiece?
Well, thank you, brother. It was actually filmed before George Floyd. This film was first quarter of 2019 is when we actually shot it. But the inspiration came from my relationship with my nephew. I got custody of my and it's so funny. I tell this story, but it's so indicative of our relationship in our community, right? Like in our families, and this is how I came up in Norfolk. If someone's mother couldn't take care of their child for whatever reason, somebody, Aunt Maddie, raised her hand. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And I grew up like that. I saw so many of my cousins or whatever, and I lived with my grandmother at one point, and then my aunt and my uncle at a different time. The village is what we need to get back to. And in the spirit of that, my sister was having issues with her son, who was 13 years old, was getting in trouble. His father was in prison. And I raised my hand. I said, well, look, let me raise him. You know what I mean? I don't have any sons. I got 5 daughters. And so brought him in. And soon as I got him into the house, I thought, okay, he's in a good school now, one of the best in the nation. He's going to have a great opportunity. I told him too. I said, listen, bro, you're not better than people that in our community that you came from. You just been given an opportunity that at some point you're going to have to go back and take what you know, Sankofa, and get at that history full circle to these people you're leaving. But he was like, I completely understand. But then I realized really quickly, in bringing him to this better neighborhood with this better school, he had to ride his bike through an affluent neighborhood. So I got him at 13, he's sitting on the couch next to me. We're watching the news. Michael Brown's body is bloated in the street, face down. And he looks to me and he says, Uncle Nate, what do I do if I get pulled over by the police while I'm riding my bike? And I was like, look, I'll probably be close. Call me wherever you are. Call me. I'll be there in an instant. Then I was like, wait. Don't reach for your phone. Just slow down. Put your feet down on the ground. With the second you can, put your hands up very slowly. Up, not down. Just raise them up. Turn to the law officer so he can see your face, see your man, see that you're young. Everything you do, make sure he sees that you're not a threat. And I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, and he's like traumatized, that me and all of my social justice, all of my work I do, in that moment, my fear overcame me. And all I wanted to do is make sure he made himself weak. So that if this officer needed to feel strong, fine. And I realized I was traumatizing him, and I felt ashamed and embarrassed. Like, damn, like no matter what I do, this is still the environment I'm handed over to my nephew, even within a great school, even with all this opportunity. And obviously in the film, you see that relationship, because I felt like this isn't fair. But not only is it not fair, it would be shameful for me to not do something in my art with this. And that's when I start writing it. And my nephew is now in USC, first man in our family to get a master's, getting his MFA in acting. And at any moment, his life could have been taken. Even now, as I talk to you, I hope he's safe. I hope he's not in the streets. Why? Not because I'm afraid of someone that looks like me, But that's why I made this film, to give him an answer. This is a letter to every young brother and sister out there that feels unsafe when they're in the streets. They have to see their brothers and sisters on the street face down with no answers. So every mother that right now and father that right now, as we're in this barbershop conversation, is mourning with no accountability and no justice.
Facts. You actually wrote, instead of ink, you wrote this movie in blood. You understand what I'm saying? Because that first scene is like, I've been pulled over. I'm South Central LA, born and raised. So is raised. So is DB. And that leads me to